Good morning to all my awesome friends and family. Come on now, let's come and see what Grandma did to her yard. This is where the Topsy-Turvy area is, and as you see, it is a really hot mess. Grandma needs to get in here and really do a good cleaning. But let's get going with what we started with. We have these pots that I already had. My girlfriend and us had discussed about putting together these topsy-turvy stackable containers. We needed to have 10 containers, and believe it or not, I was going to go buy them, and she said, Sandra, I think we can find 10 containers in your yard if we look. So we looked, and guess what? We had 10 empty containers we could use. These ones here did have something in them, but as you see, most of it looks like it's dead or done. So we took out everything and emptied them out, and as you can see, Grandma didn't do a great job of emptying them out and cleaning them, but we got it done. We hit the rebar through the drainage hole. Make sure when you're buying the rebar, they're different sizes. Make sure you get one that's not too thick, because you want it to go all the way through the drainage hole. And because Grandma's cheap, she filled her pots half full of leaves and grass, for I didn't have to use so much soil, and I packed that soil in there good too. So when these flowers die, the grass will have broke down and I can put new fresh soil on top. So there was a reason why I did it. So then after we did that, you slide the next pot down the rebar, and then you put the soil in, even though I didn't show that process on this one. Now this one I'm showing. This is an empty pot sliding down the rebar. You tip it to one side, however you want it to go, and then you put your soil in. And then you keep doing it until you get all 5 done. And that's what it looks like. Now these pots are all old. None of them were new. They look really weather beaten. I don't care. But anyway, that's what we did. So it's a simple process, easy to do. I probably didn't level the pots at the bottom as good as I probably should have done. And as you can see how all the rebar is inside there. And we're going to fill that up with soil too. Now, you do need to water these really good at the top every day when it gets hot, because they dry out really bad. The ones at the bottom don't get as bad because the water that from the first couple pots drains into the bottom pots. But it's very good in the summer to water them every day. Now, it's just turning hot here now, if you can believe it, but it has over 100 degrees here now, so it's very hot. Then we went around, and my girlfriend bought me a bunch of succulents from her yard, and then I did do a bunch of cutting off my own succulents, for I'd have a little more variety. Then I bought some plants from Home Depot, and we filled them in with some flowers to give a little more color for summer. These pots will fill up with the succulents probably for next year, and I may put some seeds in, because I don't think I'm going to be able to plant flowers in there next year because of all the succulents. So I'll probably just throw some seeds in there to give some color. And now these just got put in here, so I know it looks really bare. It doesn't look all that great, but I want you to know it's going to look good in a couple of weeks. Once everything gets done being in shock from being planted, and everything gets a chance to root in on these cuttings.
But I'm also
already, you can see it's starting to look a little better and a little fuller.
Also.
And I know that you saw the updated picture yesterday, how pretty it looks now. But this is what it looks in the beginning, so don't get concerned when you see it looking so bare and not all that pretty.
I've got 4
it's going to look
pots
fine
full
in a
so
couple
far.
of weeks.
And we'll
So
see what
just
it's
make
gonna
sure
look
you
like when we're
water.
done.
That's about the only thing you need to worry about. Now you can see we have pretty well got everything planted in here now. And I still need to clean up, so overlook all the mess. And as you see over to the left-hand side, you see the one with the little yellow flower succulent. I'm going to move that over into the center, and that's how it's going to look pretty soon. So, and then of course along the back fence area that looks really bad, it's all going to be planted with flowers too, and I'm going to plant in sunflower seeds. So it will be beautiful in a few more months. But it's going to take time for it to fill in. I need to get stuff planted. I have a lot of fairy gardens I need to do. I will show you an update picture of this area next week. and it is going to be glorious because I have not even planted the pots behind these containers. And I'm going to try to do that this coming week, and when I do get it all done, I will take some update pictures for you. And I need to go buy some really nice plants to put in there, I think, too. And I may go ahead and retransplant some of my succulents that are growing in other containers that are getting a little too big for their containers, and help fill in those containers too. So I hope you enjoyed watching how we put together the Topsy-Turvy towers that we put together. I thought they turned out really nice, and I thought that everything was looking so much better.
To improve.
Now here I've got some more up-to-date pictures of cleaning up that back area, and I've started planting the back area.
I have a lot
and
more
already
to do,
you can see I put some grass around the pots to keep the moisture
to
in. I forgot to mention that also.
And
the plants are starting to fill
back
out.
Here I have a
You
large
can see
sprinkler
already
that sends
things
up
are
way up in
starting
the air.
to pick up. Things
And
are
my
starting
goal
to look
is
better.
to fill this area in.
Pretty
You're
soon
not
you
going
won't
to really
even see
much
that
of it.
water
I have small
sprinkler at
flowers
all
the
because
base
it'll all be covered with beautiful plants,
cover
and
up
it will
that
look so
part.
pretty.
I have sunflowers.
It's just a
all
matter of
planted
getting
in here
everything clean.
that will get
And I need to
5
go in
and
there
6
and
feet
clean the
tall.
doggone
So
walk
you
path
won't
again
really
because it's
be
getting
seeing
weeds
this
in there.
Sprinkler much longer.
That is the trouble when you have
We'll
a
see
yard.
if everything
It never
takes.
seems to end.
I
There's
still have
always
to
something
plant that
to clean
area
or
there
spruce
and
up.
move some pieces down.
But at least you can see there
But
is progress in
it's
Grandma's
starting to
yard.
look a little bit
She's
better
working
than it
hard
used to.
on getting it cleaned up and
And
getting
as you can
everything
see,
looking
I have
pretty.
lots of fairy
It's
gardens
going to be
in
a little
here.
longer, but
And
it's
this one
coming.
has gotten quite
You're
large.
going to be amazed.
And it was
And
planted
that's
about
the plant
5
that I'm
years
going
ago.
to move over into
And
the
this
center.
plant was small and has
And
grown
that
around
has been
my
in
fairy
that
house.
pot probably about
Going to get
5
in here,
years,
clean it up,
maybe 6.
trim it back,
At least
and
5
then once
years.
I do some cuttings,
And all the plants have
I'll
grown around
make
that
some new
fairy
fairy
house.
gardens from the cuttings.
And
That's
really
the great
growing
thing about
your
succulents.
fairy houses with succulents
And I'm going
is
to
really
do a lot
easier
more
and better,
succulents
and
in
it
my
costs a lot
garden
less.
because the succulents
Because once you
last
get them all
longer.
in there
They
and get
look
them planted,
beautiful.
everything just
The
grows
only thing
around
I've done
itself,
to
and
this
it really looks nice.
fairy garden here, and
And
it looks
that's
pretty
why I
good
love
most of the
doing
time. It's just
succulents
cleaning
in
it
the
up a
garden.
little. I haven't had to change any plants
Don't get me wrong,
or
I love
anything
flowers too,
because they
but I do love the
do
succulents.
fine
But
in
once
the
I get that
California
one
weather
pot
that I
moved
live
over
in.
into the center,
They
it
rarely
will
die
make it even look
from
more amazing.
neglect here.
It's just a matter of moving
like
the
most of my
containers
other
around,
plants.
planting the containers,
And I have a
getting
lot of
everything looking
succulents that
great.
have outgrown their containers.
And I
need to
really
buy
was
a
so
bunch of
happy
bigger
with the
containers this year.
Topsy-Turvy towers that we put together.
And
I think
as
next
you
year I'm
see,
going
I
to
need
try to put
clean
at
this
least
mess
1 or
up.
2 more in. I might even
And
try to
I have
put some in the
more
front
fairy
end.
gardens here.
Now
There's
this
like
area
4
over here
more
is a real hot
containers
mess,
here
as I'm showing
that
you.
need to be cleaned
And
up.
we
And
will
most
do
of
an
these
update
are succulents also.
video of this maybe in
So
another
I'll
month
go in
or
here,
6
clean them
weeks.
up,
Because
and
these
take
are a
some
lot of
cuttings and make some
containers
new
that are fairy
gardens.
gardens that you
So
really can't tell
you're
what
gonna
they
see
are.
Grandma
And
doing
a lot
of
of
trimming and cutting
fencing and
here in the near
supports
future
and
on her
stuff.
fairy gardens.
And everything is just
And
a big
I'm going
mess.
to do a lot of water
Because it
feature
hasn't really been
type
worked
fairy
on
gardens
in
in
probably
the
a
beginning
year.
of the month.
So
Because
I'm
I
just
have
showing
a lot of new
you
pieces
how it looks
that
and
I
how
can
it's
use.
going to look. It's going to
Well,
look totally
I'm
different.
going to let you go. Let me know
in
what
another
you
month.
think. It's
You're not
starting to
even
look
going
a
to
little bit
believe
better.
it's the same area.
And when you see the
Because
next update,
it just needs
it's
to be
going to
cleaned
be
up.
a lot nicer.
And I haven't cleaned it up
because
yet.
I'm
all
going to
the
get
way.
this mess over here
we're
cleaned up
starting.
and get it planted
So I
today.
hope you enjoy what you saw.
So a little bit at a
Keep
time.
watching and see what
I'm
you think.
hopefully
Let me
going
know
to
what
get
you
this whole
think.
mess
See,
cleaned
Grandma's
up
got
back
a big
here
piece of land that she's got to
in
clean
this
up.
next month.
I don't know
for
why I want to
can
show you how I
incorporate
have to get it all cleaned
a lot
up,
of
because
my
it's going to
fairy
take me
gardens
probably
and have them
all.
cleaned up.
I'm
Like I
hoping
said,
we
I'm
have a
doing
big
30
party
fairy
here
gardens
in the
30
middle of August. I'm hoping to get
days.
this whole
So
back
I have
fence
a lot of
line
cleaning to do
cleaned
and a
up.
lot of moving around
And
the pots.
I have another big area,
So,
even bigger, that needs to
See
be
you in the
cleaned
next
up.
video.
So
and
we'll
the
see
next
how much I
update
get done on that.
of Grandma's
Going to have to get some family
fairy
members over
garden
to help me, I have a feeling.
and
Because
Topsy-Turvy
I'm getting
projects
tired.
ahead of her.
But
and planning
we
the
have
back
made
fence
progress in one area.
This
If
is
it's
the
only
back
we're going to
fence
all
of my
sit
property.
around this one little
Okay,
area
see you later.
and just go, oh,
Hope you
look how
enjoy
beautiful.
this update.
Look how wonderful
And
it turned
hope you
out. And
keep
maybe I'll
coming
get
back
to
to see
because that
how
area
things
will
are
be
looking.
perfect.
And of
Because
course, I
it
do
almost
have to
looks
clean
perfect
some weeds
now,
and stuff
except
out
I
in
need to
here
put some more
also
fairy
and do
gardens
some
together
planting.
and fill
And
up
we
some
had
more
to pull
containers and plant them.
some of my
And that
papers out
will be done probably
to do
next
another
week.
project. And
That's
now I
why
need
I
to
can't
plant
wait
them.
to give you an update
And as you
next
can
week
see, I have a
how
gopher
this
in here
area
too.
is looking now.
Another thing Grandma
Well,
needs to to do
Love
something
you all.
about.
Thank you all for stopping
So,
by. For all
Grandma's
of you
got
that came
lots of
from the
things
very
ahead of her
beginning
to
to the
do
very
in her
end.
backyard fence
Thank you
area.
so much for all
A lot
your
of
love
fairy
and
gardens
support.
to build and
Hope
planting
you're going to
flowers.
enjoy all
going to
your
have a big
garden
party in
updates
August here.
and garden tours. It's
Going
going
to
to
do
be
my
lots
best
of them
to
because
try to
Grandma
have this
is
yard
really
looking
working hard in her
fairly
garden.
good by August.
Hugs and
We'll
kisses.
see. This
Keep watching if you
backyard
want to
area
see
here by the
more of
patio
Grandma's
has
hot
plenty of
mess she
shade
needs to clean
for
up
a nice barbecue
and
with
see
the
her
family.
beautiful
And I have a big front
towers
yard
that she
also,
built
so they can
and her
play
girlfriend.
all kinds
My
of games
girlfriend's
in the
made
front
these
yard.
towers before. That's how
Well,
we got them
Grandma's
done.
getting her plans
And
made
she's
for her
got
summer.
several of them in her
Getting
yard.
her yard
And
cleaned
every
up
time
and
people
get
see
it
them, they're
looking
always
beautiful
amazed
again.
at what they look like.
Hugs and
That's
kisses
why
from
I'm
Grandma
thinking of doing
Sandy.
some in the front
And
yard.
we'll come back and
These
see
are all,
this
it's
fairy
everything
garden
back here is
after
in the
Grandma
backyard
cleans it
to
up.
keep it safe.
We'll do an
But
update
on the other
in June.
hand, in the front yard,
Hope you
I do
come
have
back and
half of
see
my front
how
yard
it's
fenced
gonna
in
look.
and half not.
And we'll see how
So
many
the
fairy
things that I
gardens
don't
Grandma
want
can make
stolen
from the
probably
cuttings
will
of
put
this
on
plant.
the inside of the fence.
And
And I
shame
don't
didn't get
think
out here
people
when
would
it was
try to
blooming.
steal
It
the
was beautiful.
Topsy-Turvy
well.
towers, even if I
Grandma
put them
just
out
got
in the front yard.
Behind
Because they're
this
pretty
year.
big and pretty heavy.
Well, see you in the next video.
So I
my
might put
awesome
2 or
friends.
3 of them out there.
Hugs
I
and
don't know
kisses
yet.
until
I haven't
the next-
actually decided what to do. Well, I just keep talking. I don't know how to stop. I hope you enjoyed what we showed you today, how to put this thing together. It isn't that hard or difficult. It looks more difficult than it is. And I know it doesn't look like it like that rebar is going straight down, and those pots are just being stacked at an angle. That's why it looks like it's going to just fall over. Well, bye-bye. Love you all. Thank you again. Grandma's got to stop talking.